Oh yeah. Alright, so welcome back to Indigo Vision. I'm Justin Bay, and today it's snowing. It's beautiful out here in the Pacific Northwest. Hope y'all are having a great day. So today's video is addressing Scorpio. Now, most people think that right now we're in Sagittarius, which is not the truth. Right now we're actually in Scorpio. Scorpio is dear to my heart. It's my 12 sign, and at one point I was very in tune and under the impression that I was Scorpio. I've realized that 12 signs is outdated. It's dead. It's not constantly moving with the Zodiac and with the heavens. So my video today is going to address that and bring light and awareness to the 12 signs versus the 13th sign, Scorpio. Give some insight and some tips on how to address that for people that are born during this time, and just give some more insight on 13 signs just in general. So let's dive in. So my background on astrology, I started getting into astrology in 2011. 12 signs was all I knew, and during that time I was living and I was in the consciousness or the awareness of Scorpio. My birthday is October 31st, so in 12 signs, that is Scorpio. So I spent a lot of time learning about Scorpio, becoming in tune with Scorpio, under the impression that this was my alignment and that it was going to bring me more enlightenment and more harmony in my day-to-day life due to me being in tune with my sign. So during this time I was in Florida. I had met some friends who were into the occult, and they're teaching me, showing me books, took some mushrooms, things like that, and I became more in tune with the universe around me and the planet that we're on and the energies that we're around. So I spent my time learning Scorpio and living in that energy, and as I continued to move forward in my journey, I started to realize that 12 signs wasn't the only style of astrology. The Western style that we live in is kind of like a box that we've been put in over here in the West. We're very influential to the world, so I feel that the world doesn't want us to know the truth because we're going to broadcast it to the world, and we're very influential to the world here in the West. So with me finding about the Eastern style or the sidereal or the Vedic, there are different styles of astrology, and if you look through these different styles, your natal chart, which is your chart that basically is a blueprint, or rather it's a screenshot of where the stars were when you were born. So that being said, astrology is alive. Right, so the sun actually goes through Scorpio for 7 days, 6 to 7 days depending upon the year. So right now, as we speak, as I make this video, the sun is actually in Scorpio. So for those of you who have birthdays during this time, or a birthday yesterday or the day before, or up until the 29th of November, then you are true Scorpio. I think it's fitting to keep this video short since Scorpio is the shortest sign. Now, 13 signs astrology is again going to be kind of controversial due to people's ego being attached to their 12 signs. And it's ironic because most people are like, oh, I don't even believe in astrology. But then, as soon as someone like me who actually do follow astrology, and they say, hey guys, actually you're Gemini, or actually your alignment is Libra or Leo or whatever, they instantly become defensive, which is a defense mechanism for the ego. So I understand, but again, we're going off of facts, not emotion. So if you look into the sky right now, the sun is going through the constellation of Scorpio. So why is this important? Why am I taking the time to address this subject about 12 signs versus 13? First off, 13 represents freedom. It represents the liberation of the people. It gets you in tune with your universal godly self versus your self that is basically in a box. How I see it is your 12 signs helps you survive in the matrix, which, the matrix is the reality that runs the world that we live in as we speak, but that's changing. So it's a lower version of ourselves. It's basically, for you to be able to fit, you had to lose some of your godly self to fit, because all of it couldn't fit. So when you start outgrowing your 12 signs, the universe is asking you to step into your big boy pants, as I would say, and start being the true representation of who you really are. So basically, how I see it is, you are being tested to be your true self. And honestly, the Zodiac doesn't exist in 12 signs. It's outdated. It's like you have something in the refrigerator in the bottom drawer, and they're like, hey, do you have, lemons or oranges or whatever? You're like, yeah, I got those. Got plenty of them in the bottom drawer. And then you open the bottom drawer, and they're there, but they're moldy. They're disgusting. It's outdated. You haven't checked on those lemons or oranges in a long time. So that's how people are treating astrology. Oh yeah, we got astrology. Yeah. I'm Leo or something. I don't know. I don't follow that stuff because it's not in a true alignment. It's not your true alignment. Therefore, you don't have that heart connection to it that you would once you woke up and started realizing, hey, this isn't even accurate. So this is the time for people to get in tune with their 13th sign, because 13 represents your higher self. Your 12 signs is a patriarch system that is outdated, that was a copy cut out, just given to the world so it can represent a major aspect of us. We are the stars. We are star people. We are made from star dust. Everything from the heavens is within us. So if we don't have a true alignment, then it's very difficult for us to know our true purpose and to fulfill our true purpose. All right. So your 13th sign is your true alignment. It's very important for people to get more in tune with that, so they will be able to fulfill their purpose. Your natal chart and your star alignment is your blueprint for your purpose of why you're here and what you're meant to bring to the world. Again, astrology does not exist if you're not in tune with your true alignment. So basically, it's all muted. It's all been put on pause until we wake up to our heavenly self. So that's what I'm doing here. My goal is to bring awareness to this true alignment so that we can start fulfilling our purpose and for us to be who we're meant to be. All right, now the cool thing about astrology and 12 going into 13 is the elements, and bringing awareness to these elements and how they correlate to each other. So most people during this time, which today I believe is the 25th or the 24th, but I'm pretty sure it's the 25th. So the 25th of November, people are under the impression, logically, but it's not in tune with their body. They just have it in their head that they're Sagittarius. So they're fire, right? But really, they're water. Scorpio is Pluto and Mars. So those are very powerful, intense, passionate planets. So you may read Sagittarius and hear certain traits, but they are like a triangle trying to get fit in a circle. It's not gonna fit. So once you really start to understand and learn your true alignment, things that you're in tune with or that you're not in tune with, things that you have a desire to be good at or to accomplish or to do, your temperaments, your moods, these all correlate to your personality. And astrology helps you basically get in tune with your personality and your different temperaments. So Scorpio, you're basically out of tune with your water. Basically, Sagittarius is like a fireball that's being dumped in water, and very deep water. So you have that same passion, but you have the true element of water. And this is the part of water that is really powerful, very determined, natural detectives, very analytical, get down to the deep. They're not surface level at all. Scorpio is only above ground for 6 to 7 days to basically reproduce. Scorpios are known to be freaks, but really they have to survive, and they're very intense. So that time that they have to reproduce, it's about reproduction and dominance. So Scorpios don't spend much time out in public, and they're not very much people. They're great people. No, Scorpio is on a mission. They have their own personal mission. They're going to be in their lair. They're going to be in their dark space where they can focus and be themselves and get to the purpose of what it is that they're meant to discover. But you're not going to get anything past them. They're super intuitive and psychic, so they feel. So there's no getting past their defense. If you are a threat, they will know. For Scorpios, now you have the Death card, you have the Judgment card. The first card I'm going to address is the Death card. Death is a card or a word that brings fear to most people. So death is something that Scorpios must address. That's part of their mystery. There are a lot of mysteries that are in this world, and Scorpio is the sign that goes and addresses these mysteries and bring it to light and to show it for what it is, and then it brings wisdom behind it. But death is basically, in its most simplest form, is shedding of old, outdated energy, thoughts, emotions, actions. These are weighing you down, and death helps you become that phoenix that is in tune and alive from a spiritual, universal aspect. So basically, the Death card represents transformation, change, destruction followed by renewal. The change may be consciousness, birth of new ideas and new opportunities. So if you have this spirit, if you have the Death card and you are spiritual, then that can be you becoming more in tune from a spiritual aspect and shedding outdated thoughts and beliefs from a spiritual aspect. Or mentally, it can be a consciousness shift. Physically, it can mean that you are moving, literally having a transformation in where you're at physically. So the mysteries are in the domain of Scorpio. Scorpios are detectives, and they are to sniff out the mysteries. The surface level is not their domain. They want to dive deep and get to the real truth of these hidden, unseen, taboo, or occult topics. So death is one of the biggest topics that correlate to Scorpio, because they are the ones who go dive deep and find out the truth about death and realize that it's only a transformation. It is to avoid stagnation. Death in life around you is what keeps the cycle of life going. Anubis is in correlation to Scorpio, and it is very influential and very powerful. So Scorpio is that sign that finds out the truth about subjects that most people don't want to address. They want to keep it lighthearted, they want to keep it at a certain energy, but Scorpios, they're the ones that address the elephant in the room, and they're the ones that bring truth and wisdom to aspects that most people are afraid to address. Death card also is associated with spiritual knowledge and spiritual strength. Most people are afraid of the death card because most of us haven't gained that strength in these type of aspects, so it scares most people. But if you look in the death card, or you look at the death card, it shows a man on a horse. He's a skeleton and he represents death. But then you see the bishop. He's standing up and he's looking death right in the face, and he's not afraid. He's not kneeling down. He's not falling in fear like the rest of the beings or the people in the card. The bishop is standing up and looking death in the eyes because he understands it's an illusion. It's not true. Death is only fearful for those who are running from this truth, and Scorpio is the one that understands what death represents and teaches the wisdom of death. Second card I'm going to address for Scorpio is the Judgment card. The power belongs to him who knows. He who knows is then responsible. Therefore, the fool is the one who by effort and suffering has found the secrets of life. A life well lived, a work well done, awakening, renewal, legal judgments in one's favor, change of personal consciousness which is now on the verge of blending with the universe. This card is the second to last card of the major arcana, right before the world card, which is the completion. The Judgment card is basically the summing up of all of the lessons that Scorpio went through, especially bringing light to why the death of thoughts or old beliefs had to come in the first place. Now I'm going to offer a few crystals that are going to benefit true Scorpio. You have brown opal, you have pink tourmaline, citrine, and tiger's eye. For a bonus, I'm going to add in one true Scorpio. This true Scorpio is no other than Bruce Lee. Be like water. This concludes my video on true Scorpio. Hope y'all enjoyed. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned. My next video on astrology is going to be over Ophiuchus, the sign that most people don't even know exists. Till next time, y'all.